Hey Bear, thanks for talking with me. You're a Philly guy. Can you talk about, your start, maybe who your influences have been? Kind of fill us in.
Thanks. Thanks for having me, first of all. Yeah, back in 1967, I started with Tommy Clegg. I was a big band show drummer with the Al Raymond Band. Was really fortunate to have a first teacher like that. From there, went on through playing, and some great influences were Carl Matola, Louis Bellson. I enjoyed players like Clem Burke, Liberty DeVito, David Garibaldi. Probably in the last 2 years, a Philly guy named Joe Strank. Impeccable timekeeper, impeccable pocket guy. Worked a lot with him on different and various styles, and really enjoyed our time. So, yeah, that would be where my influences started with, and have ended up right about now.
Excellent, excellent. And now, your style, if you would explain it, watching you play, your left hand goes from match to traditional grip. So, can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, I can be busy with my left hand. It's the style I play. First off, everything I play is pretty much based on a paradiddle between the hands and the feet. And 16th notes are always going through my head pretty much all the time. Not always, but most of the time. The left hand goes back and forth from match to traditional just because it's what I do. It happens sometimes without even thinking about it. Again, back to where my start was with a big band show guy in the 60s. Traditional grip was what everybody played. As you come along, match grip becomes more comfortable for other things. But the paradiddle, that's the basis, that's the foundation for me. So,
excellent, makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, obviously, there's tons and tons of drum brands, different kinds of drums you could play. Why are you a Zildjian guy?
Oh, the Zildjian cymbals are the finest cymbals in the world. I've had them for, 57 years now, and
Wow.
a ton of them. Still have a ton of them. I don't think there's a finer cymbal made. I've heard a lot of cymbals that sound good. I've only played Zildjians because they feel and sound good while you're playing them. Drums, I'm a Gretsch guy. Played many sets of drums over the years. Very, very happy with my Gretsch USA Customs. I enjoy the sound. It's an old school sound. It's a heavy shell, and the classic Champagne Sparkle just, it says me. So
Looks good, yeah.
that's why I like them.
Now, there's a few topics I wanted to ask you about. First one, Blackjack Rose. Tell me about the band.
Blackjack Rose is a progressive rock fusion band out of Philly. We have Anders Villamil, James Pennington, Tom Orritt, and Lena Vardy. All fantastic talents. All original music. Album should be coming out probably within a month or so. With COVID, we've been hanging on and waiting.
Right.
Not sure what to do. All the venues in the city of Philadelphia for original music, and there's a ton of them, they've all closed, shut their doors. Now they're starting to come back to life with vaccination and what we're doing. So it's a really exciting band. I'm really looking forward to the album release and letting everybody hear Blackjack Rose.
Good, yeah. So everybody is. Bob Shad. I heard that name a lot. Can you tell me about him?
Bob Shad is a composer, bassist out of Philadelphia. I've known since we were teenagers. And he developed his musical skills at North Catholic High School that had one of the best jazz bands in the area back in the 70s. We've played a lot together. I have a ton of respect for Bob as a composer and as a bassist and as a friend. He's a great guy. I enjoy playing with him. He takes you on musical journeys that you have no idea where you're going, but you always end up somewhere nice. So I enjoy that.
I like that. And Also, this last part, everybody's really interested to know about. What is the Frailinger String Band? Can you tell us about that?
Sure. If you're not from Philadelphia, the Mummers, in particular a group of mummers known as the String Bands, there are several in the city of Philadelphia. I play with the Frailinger String Band. It's an incredible marching band that its history goes back hundreds of years in the city of Philadelphia. And on New Year's Day, if I try to explain it all to you, it'll never happen in a few minutes. But you can Google FrailingerStringBand.com. You'll be amazed at what you see. They are some of the most creative musicians I've ever played with. Whether it's sight reading, ability to perform and play, it's just an amazing group, and it gives me a musical break to play with them. And I'm in awe of a lot of very talented people, and it's a lot of fun. So that's basically what, when it comes to music, we want to lock in a pocket.
Right.
We want to keep that pocket so whoever is soloing, vocalist, instrumentalist, I'm there to hold the pocket. I believe it was Mr. Purdy that said, a drummer's money is in his pocket. And I believe that. The tempo is not what I say it is. The tempo is what the musical director, what the piece calls for, what the band leader calls for. When it's called, my job, and typically the bass player and the piano player, that's our job, to hold it down and keep it tight. That's what we like to do. So I hope that answered your questions.
It does. Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. It's always a blast watching you play. Really love watching you. And, thanks again for your time. I know you're really busy. I look forward to, getting together again, doing this again. And, yeah, thanks again. I really appreciate
that's great. And thank you. I appreciate your time and your interest. And you got to come up to Philly, and you got to see Blackjack Rose, and you got to come see the Frailinger String Band.
Yeah,
You'll be amazed, and
yeah.
it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you again.
Can't wait. Thank you.